Hey everyone, Unlink here, and welcome to the Postmortem for Okami. This is the video I do at the end of each Let's Play where I talk about how the Let's Play went from my perspective, and from the editing perspective, the things I did, the tricks I learned, what I liked, and what I would do differently if I were to do the Let's Play all over again. For this Postmortem, we'll be having the presents from Isun going by in the background, while I talk to have something nice to look at as we go. This was my first attempt at this new format of Let's Play, well, for my channel at least, where I focused a lot more on editing, and I think it came out really well. I'm really proud of how the Okami Let's Play came out, though there are definitely aspects I would have changed. Starting off with the biggest new thing I wanted to try in this Let's Play, the various infographics I created for the series. I tried to have infographics for each type of collectible, namely the optional ones such as stray beads and the animals we fed, as I felt it was a nice way to track our progress in completing the game, as well as giving a little extra help in finding some of these collectibles as they can be relatively well hidden. Astute viewers may have noticed that I changed up the infographics about twice throughout the Let's Play. Early on, around the time I got back from my emergency medical leave, I revamped all the graphics to have a cleaner, crisper look. Throughout the series, I was continuously considering how to make everything as clean and readable as possible, and I realized I needed to have a consistent format between all my infographics. For that reason, I redesigned everything to focus on a cleaner, more consistent look where everything hopefully gets the priority it needs. I used a higher resolution base for the graphics, the icons were made bigger, and given a specific portion of the graphics just for them, and the information presented was reorganized as needed. I changed things up a second time near the end of the Let's Play, I believe for the Kamui arc specifically, where I changed the way graphics were shown on screen. I moved everything in 5% both horizontally and vertically so it wasn't crammed right up against the edge of the screen, and had a little more room to breathe. I also added a fade in and out effect, so the graphics coming in and going away felt smoother and less abrupt. I'm not entirely sure whether I prefer the slower, smoother entry and exit for graphics that I have now, or a quicker, snappier entry and exit. I may want to try changing it up for future Let's Plays to see what feels best. Finally, while the infographics had additional guide-like details on how to find collectibles as a major aspect, I realized something very obvious halfway through the Let's Play. All of that information is unnecessary. This is a video Let's Play, I literally show you how to get everything. The only information that might be useful there is things like prerequisites, which might not be entirely obvious. Future Let's Plays will definitely have far simpler infographics focused specifically on the absolutely necessary information, which will have the benefit of more compact graphics that obstruct less of the game. There were a few points throughout the Let's Play where blocking issues delayed episodes by a significant amount of time. The first notable one was my emergency medical leave, which I had little control over, and the second was trying to get the voices done for Orochi the first time we fought him. Trying to organize 5 or 6 people to come over and record their voices is already a bit of a hassle, and this is not intended as a diss on anyone. It is genuinely hard to organize on a time limit when everyone has their own lives. Making it even harder is the fact that this Let's Play was recorded during the COVID-19 pandemic, so we had to organize that Orochi project while also ensuring that we were as safe as possible, quarantining before and after each visit, and getting regular COVID tests, thankfully provided and encouraged by our university anyways. It was due to the delays on the Orochi episode in particular that I decided to implement the concept of seasons in my Let's Plays, especially longer Let's Plays. By breaking up Let's Plays by natural parts such as story arcs, I can give myself a little breathing room to catch up if I've fallen behind, as well as have a little break if and when I need it to avoid even the chance of burning out. It is by complete coincidence of timing that Chugga implemented the same concept of using seasons into his Xenoblade 2 Let's Play, which began airing around the same time as my Okami Let's Play. Complete coincidence. Since I decided to bake the concept of seasons into my longer Let's Plays, it's actually inspired a particular project which I had begun planning in detail. Said project is already longer than Okami in terms of both notes and episode count, and it's maybe only 1/5 of the way through being planned out. My close friends know exactly what project this is, because I'm planning on it being my magnum opus, and I will not shut up to them about how excited I am for it. For this Let's Play, I wanted to try and let the game itself dictate where episodes would end, plotting it out based on individual objectives and plot points. However, by the end of the Let's Play, I was realizing that this was far from sustainable. Because Okami is an RPG, there are naturally many points where an objective could take an excessive amount of time, frequently landing me with episodes greater than 40 minutes. And there's nothing inherently wrong with greater than 40-minute episodes, but it simply is too much for me to work with, given I also have a job and college to deal with. Plus, it is quite a bit of video for viewers to have to watch to stay caught up. For future Let's Plays, I fully intend to be a lot stricter with myself on episode lengths. The goal will be to have 15 to 30-minute episodes for nearly every episode, with 30 to 40-minute episodes being the rare exception that I must justify to myself first. Let's Plays will get longer in terms of episode counts due to this, but it will be easier on my end to edit, and easier on the viewer's end to stay caught up. Something I have desperately wanted in my Let's Plays for a long time is good captions. In other words, not YouTube's auto-generated captions. I myself need captions for many videos and have turned them on by default, and it feels hypocritical that I need captions yet do not have them on my own videos. I tried at several points to add captions to my Okami videos, but I ran into multiple problems that make it simply unfeasible for me to do so. The first is that captioning videos simply takes time. I cannot type as fast as I talk, so I very quickly fall behind when trying to simply transcribe my videos. This leads to, for a 30-minute video, it taking me 60 uninterrupted minutes to transcribe. That's a lot of time for my ADHD brain, and gets even worse when you consider that I need to also add line breaks and caption breaks to make it easy to read and keep up, and furthermore, I need to set the timings on captions. The amount of time it takes to make captions is simply too much for me to do, while also having a job and my college courses. I can't do it. For this reason, I looked into tools to help automate large portions of the captioning process, speech-to-text tools to automatically transcribe videos, so I need only correct mistakes in the transcription, are one thing I tried, but while they do help significantly, they're very far from perfect. Another tool is YouTube's auto timings for captions, which take a transcript or captions and automatically sync them to the video. Very helpful tool to make captioning go by faster. Under absolutely perfect circumstances where everything works as it should, these tools end up reducing the time it takes to caption videos by quite a bit. Instead of a, say, 20-minute video taking an hour to caption, it only takes 25 to 30 minutes. Significantly better. That's under perfect circumstances. I cannot tell you how many times YouTube's auto timings have screwed me over, with timings that are completely wrong for an entire half of a video, and even worse, frequently I would manually adjust the timings to get a video done, only for the auto timing to run despite me not asking it to, and completely screwing everything up. There have even been times when the auto timings have somehow deleted all of the captions from a video, leaving me with nothing. Captioning videos on YouTube is quite simply unfeasible and inaccessible. I cannot do it. I need captions in videos, and yet I am incapable of adding captions to videos. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. It feels miserable that I cannot add captions to videos. I feel like a complete asshole for it, but it simply is not reasonable for me to caption my videos. Someday, once I have disposable income, I would love to pay someone to professionally caption my videos, but for now, it's a pipe dream. Something that's always bothered me excessively is the quality of audio from my microphone. Many of my friends who watch my videos have insisted that it's fine, it sounds good even, but it still bothers me because I have to listen to my own voice so much. I want it to be perfect. The acoustics in my room are not very good, and I don't think I've ever had a room where the acoustics were good. While I didn't get it in time to be helpful for any videos in this Let's Play, I did pick up a stand, typically used for holding green screens up, for fairly cheap. Currently I have a heavy blanket hanging from it that acts as a backdrop to help dampen any reverb in my room, and I have to say it seems to be working wonderfully. I cannot wait for future Let's Plays to show the improvement. Even if it does end up being a bit more subtle, having a crisp, clear voice so it's easier to hear and understand me is important, and every little improvement helps. I do have to apologize for the problems with volume throughout the Let's Play. For the most part, it was fine. I made sure my voice was clearly audible over the gameplay, and that was the most important thing. But I neglected to make sure the opening to each episode was at the proper volume, and it ended up, for some reason, getting quieter and quieter. I have no idea how or why this happened, but I neglected to fix it. The few times I did fix it, the fix only lasted for a few episodes before reverting back to being much quieter than the rest of the game. I'm not entirely sure what caused it, but I have my suspicions, and I've taken measures to ensure that it does not happen again for future Let's Plays. Early on, I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to do specific voices for each character. For the first episode, I actually did voices in post-commentary so I could focus on them a bit more and really get them right. But that ended up being a lot of effort and strain on my voice to do for every single character. Instead, I ended up trying to develop voice archetypes that I could fall back on, like old man, old woman, and young child voices, with particular major characters like Isun, Waka, Susanoo, and Oki getting their own unique voices. I think I'm going to keep up this pattern in the future of unique voices for major characters and voice archetypes for other characters. Of course, I'm by no means a voice actor, but hopefully I'll improve as time goes on. I am so sorry, by the way, for Waka's voice. I honestly think the very first time I voiced him was the best I ever did, and it just kind of got worse and worse as time goes on. I might end up going back to doing unique voices in post-commentary specifically to help avoid situations like that again. One of the biggest voice projects I did was getting friends together to do the voice for Orochi. I am incredibly proud of the work we did on that, and I need to give another huge thanks to my friends who contributed to it. Thank you Tactician Geek, Dakariel, Burb, Scrumungus, and Whisker Biscuit. That would not have come out nearly as well as it did without all of you. And a huge thanks to Dakariel for DMing me in the middle of recording the very first episode with the idea to do that. It was brilliant. I don't think there will be any other major vocal projects like Orochi in future Let's Plays, but I kinda hope we get to do something like that again because it was so fun. There actually is one Let's Play I have in mind where I'd specifically like to bring in friends to help with doing voices, and they can probably guess what it is. You know, that massive project that I want to be my magnum opus, but we'll see when the time comes. And with this, we have reached the end of Okami. It was in many ways an experiment to see if I could breathe new life into my Let's Plays, and I have to say it was a huge success. I'm very proud of what I was able to put out with Okami, and I hope to only improve in the future. With that, I'm heading off. I know this is a bit of a cliche, but please remember to like my videos if you like them, comment on them, and subscribe if you want to see more. It really does help my videos to be seen by more people. And it also helps me to know what I'm doing right or wrong if you leave a comment so I can continue improving. If you really like what I do, I have a Patreon. For $1 a month, you can vote on future Let's Plays you'd like to see me do, and for $5 a month, you can see my videos as soon as I finish them, typically about a month before they go live for everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will see you all back here on June 7th, 2021 for the next Let's Play.